There are people who really enjoy and are successful in conventional marriage. We decided to call ourselves life partners so that we could have expansion.
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage has been an unconventional journey. The pair, who tied the knot in 1997, are known for being candid about all the romance and the setbacks they faced in their many years as life partners. As Jada recently revealed, the pair secretly separated back in 2016 after nearly 2 decades as husband and wife, and kept that decision out of the spotlight for about 7 years. Access Hollywood is looking back at all of the major moments in their life together and apart thus far. Their story began in the early 90s, when Will saw Jada on a different world. As he later recalled on Red Table Talk, he, quote, knew that there was something in their energy that would be magic. He went to a taping of her sitcom to meet her, and hoped to get connected with her through a friend of a friend. But when he got there, someone else caught his eye first.
The dude that was going to introduce me to Jada
you're crazy.
was with another girl, and I was like, who is
was that girl?
And it was Cherie.
Wow. He went to
I went to different world to meet Jada and met
Cherie.
and ended up marrying Cherie and having Trey with Cherie.
That's just trippy.
Will married his first wife, Cherie Zampino, in 1992, and they welcomed their son, Trey. It was later on that he became friends with Jada, and after talking, realized that she was the one for him all along.
I knew that was the woman I was supposed to be with, but I was never getting divorced.
Right. Yeah.
I don't get divorced.
And then she divorced you.
And then Cherie filed for divorce. Still told her, I said, no.
Yeah. Wow.
You can't have a divorce. And she hit me with the, so you're gonna make somebody stay with you who doesn't love you.
Will and Jada made it clear that they did not have an affair while he was married to Cherie. But as Jada's mom, Adrienne Banfield Norris, recalled, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star did reach out to her daughter before his divorce was finalized.
They did wait.
Yeah.
They did wait, because I think initially when Will first called you, I think he was still married, or he was just separated or something.
He was just separated,
Yeah, and I was like, he's not available to you? Like, what?
Yeah.
And then...
He was div.
Yeah.
He was div.
Not
He was
divorced.
The horse
Hadn't come yet.
hadn't happened yet.
With a period on the
Yeah,
end.
with a
It was a div.
But once the papers were signed and the divorce was official, their whirlwind romance began.
I said, are you seeing anybody?
Oh my God.
And she said, no. I said, cool, you're seeing me now.
And my dumb
And she
ass was
said,
like, okay.
When she started dating Will, Jada began building a co-parenting relationship with Cherie.
She was my entry point to motherhood.
Yeah.
Was co-mothering with her.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I mean, that was blended family before blended
family was
a
even
thing.
a thing.
Yeah.
You know, and how we really, at that particular time, before it was popular, before it was even an idea, we were trying to create something that we had never even experienced.
Jada would soon become a mother herself. In 1997, she and Will became pregnant with their first child. Adrienne wanted the couple to get married, which Jada later admitted wasn't something she'd wanted for herself.
I was under so much pressure, you know, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married. I just never really agreed with the construct.
Exactly.
I just don't agree with it. I never have, I still don't.
Yeah.
Till death do us part is real for me. What I am is a ride or die chick.
Right. What you are is the best friend that I've ever had.
However, Jada and Will agreed in hindsight it was the right call to tie the knot. They welcomed their son Jada in the following year, and their daughter Willow in the year 2000. Through the next decade, they focused on their family of 4 and their careers. Jada supported Will at the 2002 Oscars, where he was nominated for Best Actor for his portrayal of Muhammad Ali. 5 years later, he was up for the same award for The Pursuit of Happiness, which he starred in alongside Jaden. And Willow also found her own place in the spotlight with the success of her song, Whip My Hair. While it seemed like the Smith family was on top of the world, Will and Jada were also navigating challenges in their marriage. One major setback came in 2011, when the actor surprised his wife with a lavish 40th birthday party. But his over-the-top plans were not what she wanted.
She's told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego.
Ooh.
Crushed, right? And to this day, I know I was crushed because it was true.
Yeah.
It wasn't a party for her.
Yeah.
Through this difficult time, they never considered divorce.
Because I had been divorced before, I wasn't getting divorced again.
I knew that divorce wasn't necessary. I told Will from the gate, I said, let me tell you something. If you marry me, know this. We're going to be together. We're going to be under the same roof. You might be on one end of that joker with somebody else. And I might be on one of this joker with somebody else.
Yeah.
But we're going to be, in this joker together.
Years later, Will told Oprah Winfrey that they never fully split during this period, but instead set different expectations for their partnership.
We never actually, officially separated. Right? What happened was we realized that it was a fantasy illusion that we could make each other happy.
In 2016, Will told Access Hollywood about the importance of making sure your own cup is full.
Everything that you do that's great is going to be difficult, and the most difficult part about a relationship is that it's really not between two people that makes it work. It's between you and you. It's like what Jada and I have learned is bettering ourselves individually is how you make a relationship work. If you're going to have counseling, marriage counseling isn't always the way to go. Individual counseling, you get yourself together and present yourself to your partner in a higher spiritual and emotional state, and you'd be surprised how much better things can go.
It wasn't long, though, before things took a turn. It was in 2016 that Will and Jada decided to separate and live individual lives, as Jada told Hoda Kotb much later, in 2023.
By the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying. I think we were both kind of still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be.
They decided not to tell the public about their separation, so they could process things themselves on their own timeline.
Just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, And we hadn't figured that out.
As they sorted out their new normal in private, the two continued to support each other in the public eye, appearing on red carpets as a pair and with their family. In 2017, Will marked 20 years since their wedding day with a heartfelt Instagram tribute. It read in part, "Love is like gardening. I have learned to focus on helping you to blossom into what you want to be, into what you were born to be, rather than demanding that you become what my fragile ego needs you to be." The actor also told Jada that he was, quote, "forever devoted to nurturing your deepest truth." The following year, Will revealed on Tidal's Rap Radar podcast that the way he and Jada described their marriage had evolved.
We don't even say we're married anymore. We refer to ourselves as life partners, right? Where you get into that space when you realize you are literally with somebody for the rest of your life. There's no deal breakers. There's nothing she could do, ever.
Jada later talked to Access about the transition to life partners.
There are people who really enjoy and are successful in conventional marriage. And so that we decided to call ourselves life partners so that we could have expansion.
In 2018, Jada launched Red Table Talk, her frank and illuminating talk show, and Will knew it was the perfect project for her.
I think this is exactly perfectly where her spirit sings, and she's there with her daughter and with her mother, and it is beautiful.
I told her it's changed the way I relate to my family.
Yes,
we watch it together,
absolutely.
My mom and my little sister.
Yeah, it's like she's doing something that when we look back 10 years and 20 years from now, she doesn't recognize it because she doesn't think in this way, but she's absolutely changing relationship and family dynamics and how we communicate and how we get to the heart of things in a family unit.
On the show, Jada got to the heart of a lot of personal topics, including her and Will's partnership, and didn't shy away from discussing the struggles they'd faced.
Was there infidelity in your relationship with Will? And it's like, no, but there have been other betrayals of the heart that have been far bigger than I could even think in regards to an infidelity situation.
When a major bombshell about her and Will's marriage dropped in 2020, Jada took herself to the red table. Singer August Alsina had revealed that he was involved with Jada several years prior and claimed that Will had given them his blessing. Jada and Will set the record straight about it all, revealing for the first time that they'd hit a rough patch in 2016 and had amicably separated.
We broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. We
were over.
It was during that time, Jada revealed, that she and August became involved.
I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good.
However, Jada said that August ultimately broke all contact with her after she began to heal things with Will and started to realize things about their partnership.
I'm just happy because I definitely believe that you and I, we never, ever, ever thought that we would make it back.
There's a real power in the just knowing somebody's riding with you no matter what.
Yeah.
And you really can't know that
until you go
through some stuff, you know?
While Jada had a relationship outside of her connection to Will, it wasn't just her. During a profile for GQ in 2021, Will clarified, per the reporter, that his partner hadn't been, quote, the only one engaging in other sexual relationships, and said that the two don't think of monogamy, quote, as the only relational perfection. He shared, "We have given each other trust and freedom, with the belief that everybody has to find their own way, and marriage for us can't be a prison." In a later interview with Gayle King, he made it clear that he and Jada have never cheated on each other and are always totally transparent.
There's never been infidelity in our marriage.
Never been infidelity in a marriage?
Never. Jada and I talk about everything, and we have never surprised one another with anything ever.
In 2022, Jada was a frequent fixture by Will's side during awards season, as he won accolade after accolade for his performance as Richard Williams in King Richard. When they attended the Oscars together, presenter Chris Rock made a joke at Jada's expense, comparing the actress, who has alopecia, to G.I. Jane and her shaved head. In response, Will rushed on stage and slapped Chris, and when he won the Academy Award for Best Actor later that night, he told the crowd that, quote, love will make you do crazy things. In an apology statement the following day, he explained how Chris's joke had hit a nerve, writing in part, "Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally." He also filmed a video apology later that year and emphasized that Jada played no part in his actions.
Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe.
Jada addressed the incident on a June 2022 episode of Red Table Talk and expressed her wish for Will and Chris to sort things out.
My deepest hope is that these two intelligent, capable men have an opportunity to heal, talk this out, and reconcile. Until then, Will and I are continuing to do what we have done for the last 28 years, and that's keep figuring out this thing called life together.
It was in October 2023, ahead of the release of her memoir, Worthy, that Jada ultimately went public with their years-long separation. She and Will are still legally married and do not plan to officially divorce. And Jada said their reasoning comes down to a promise they made each other long ago.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.